Over a decade has passed since the release of Minecraft, during which Mojang has introduced us to over 80 mobs, with some additions and versions having exclusive creatures. However, among these mobs, a handful has faced a different fate. In today's video, we will be taking a look at 16 mobs that were once announced to be a potential addition to the game, but were later scrapped or shelved to catch up with the dust. I don't usually do this, but if you guys are brand new to this channel, then please consider subscribing and sharing with your friends. My channel is not doing so well, but with your help, we could fix this. Anyway, let's begin. The Ender Dragon was added to Minecraft on October 13th of 2011, making it one of the oldest mobs in the game. But did you know that there was a plan to add a second dragon to the game shortly after? On October 12th, a day before the release of the Ender Dragon, Notch announced on Twitter that he was planning to add a slightly less dangerous Red Dragon, which would be able to land and not destroy terrain. Instead of having the Red Dragon spawn in the end, it will be spawned in the overworld. Jeb informed participants of his AMA on Reddit that he would add Red Dragons, but wasn't sure exactly how. On October 22nd of 2013, Dinnerbone tweeted that the Red Dragon is shelved and not in development. Quote, "It was never promised, we have no plans to add a Red Dragon at this time." Later on, December 15th of the same year, Dinnerbone posted on Reddit indicating his belief that the Red Dragon likely will be implemented at some point. Quote, "I'm sure one day there will be. Not right now though. It has been nearly 10 years since." Mob A, also known as the Monster of the Ocean Depths, was one of the 4 mobs featured in the 2017 Minecon Earth event. It is a squid-like ocean creature that is truly horrifying. While there is minimal information about the mob, we have enough to understand what it is. This monster creature used its big mouth to propel itself through the water, and had a tentacle-like tongue that would be used to suck the player down and slowly kill it. Jeb suggested that the viewers should vote for it because the ocean lacked challenges. Sadly, it was the first mob to be eliminated from the mob vote. Mob D, also known as the Hovering Inferno, is a type of blaze, but cooler. It wore what looks to be a helmet and had 4 shields as part of its body to protect itself from attack. The Hovering Inferno would randomly spawn with blazes and attack the player with a crazy shock wave attack. It would make the Nether even more challenging, however, it was the second mob to be eliminated. But it was not gone completely, like Jeb has mentioned. In fact, it was actually added to Minecraft Dungeons 5 years later, but sadly it wasn't added to any other edition. Mob C, also known as the Great Hunger, is a lizard-like creature that sinks into the ground, camouflages itself, and consumes items and unlucky mobs with its huge mouth. It also has a great appetite for enchanting powers, meaning that you could throw any enchanted item into its mouth and it will remove the enchantment for you. Personally, I would not have voted for it, but it does sound and look kind of cool. It was the 3rd mob to be eliminated from the mob vote. However, the ability to remove enchantments was later added in the form of the grindstone block. The Mobloom was a very similar mob to the mushroom, but it was even more rare. The Mobloom was one of 3 mobs in the Minecraft Live 2020 mob vote, but was eliminated. They spawned in the plains biome and left trails of yellow flowers as they walked, and when sheared, they will drop a new flower called Buttercup. Other than that, it was just like any other cow or mushroom. The Mobloom was actually added in the release of Minecraft Earth in 2019, but the game was discontinued due to the pandemic. The Iceologer was the second mob in the Minecraft Live 2020 mob vote. It was part of the Illager family and was more similar to the Evoker and Illusioner than any other Illager, that is because it had magical powers. When it doesn't do its special attack, it flees from the target. Otherwise, it summons ice chunks above the target that hovers for 3 to 5 seconds before falling and stunning the player for a few seconds and slowing it down for another 5 seconds. Sadly though, it came second, losing to the Glow Squid. However, it was actually added to Minecraft Dungeons. It was the most interesting mob in the mob vote, even though it would most likely be very annoying. In 2018, we got a new mob, the Panda. But did you know that it was one of the 5 potential mobs that could have been added to the game? Some of you might be confused right now as there weren't any public mob votes featuring the Panda in 2018. That's because it was held in China to promote the release of Minecraft China, an exclusive version of Minecraft only available in China. There is almost no information about the mobs other than their names and concepts, but based on that, we could understand what we could have expected. The first mob is the Chinese alligator. Based on Wikipedia, the alligator will probably be 1.5 to 2.1 blocks long and will most likely be found in the swamps, freshwater rivers and lakes. And maybe we would have them lay eggs. Some of you might say that even if it would have one, it wouldn't be added since hostile mobs must be fantasy creatures. However, Chinese alligators pose no threat to humans, meaning that it would most likely be a neutral mob. The second mob is a snub-nosed monkey. They would likely stand at half a block tall and will probably be found in the cold mountains. Maybe they would even have special animations, such as grooming themselves or one another. Imagine how cool it will be if they were added to the game, or any other monkey in that case. But I'd still be careful not to reach my hand to it without its permission. The third mob is the white-lipped deer. It will be quite big at 1.15 to 1.4 blocks tall and will most likely be found in high altitudes. I think it will have a similar behavior to the goat, meaning that it will get defensive if it feels threatened. Also, fun fact that I find to be quite interesting, the Chinese alligator weighs 36 to 45 kilograms, which is 80 to 100 pounds, while the deer weighs 90 to 230 kilograms or 200 to 510 pounds depending on the gender. The fourth mob is the baiji, a type of dolphin that is most likely extinct by now since the last confirmed baiji died in 2002 and has not been seen in over 40 years. The baiji will probably be found in rivers and will stand at 1.7 blocks long. The winner of the vote was the giant panda, who is a pretty interesting mob. The glare was one of 3 mobs during the 2021 Minecraft Live event that the players could have voted for. This cute little green mob had the ability to locate dark areas at the light level of 0. It will alert the player by becoming angry, letting them know that there is a dangerous dark spot that needs to be lit up. The glare was the first to be eliminated with only 11% of votes. The Copper Golem was the second mob to be eliminated after the glare, having 3 times more votes. The Copper Golem was the smallest golem in the game, and it even resembled the Agent, who is an exclusive Bedrock and Education Edition mob. The Copper Golem would have been created with copper, and it would have been attracted to copper buttons, which would also come with the golem if it had one. Just like copper blocks, the Copper Golem would oxidize over time. That could have been avoided by using an axe on it. The Rascal was a very interesting mob. It looked like a small friendly goblin with a hoodie and a backpack. They would have been found in underground areas below Y level 0. The Rascal would give the player hints to find it. If the player found it 3 times, it would give the player a gift and then teleport away. It was a little minigame that could be quite fun to play, especially when there is a powerful item on the line. The Tuff Golem was yet another mini golem. It was only 1 block tall. It wore a cloak depending on the color of the wool used to build it. The Tuff Golem was described as a statue that will have held and displayed any item. When it wakes up, it will have also moved around while either holding an item or pick up an item if it is not holding one already. Tuff Golem would have returned back to the spot that it woke up from before turning back into a statue. Fireflies were supposed to be part of the 1.19 update and were supposed to be the smallest mob at only 2 pixels. They were originally going to be eaten by frogs to produce frog lights. However, it was later scrapped due to the fact that some species of fireflies are poisonous to some species of frogs in real life. The fireflies will spawn in the swamps and will glow in the dark, which could have produced some amazing screenshots. On July 26 of 2016, Jep hosted a poll on Twitter with the choice of llamas and alpacas. The alpacas lost the poll vote with 42%. Similar to llamas, alpacas would have been found in high altitudes and will most likely be less than a block tall. Breeding them will be the same as llamas, if not slightly different. They will be quite as calm as the llamas and will spit on you if you decide to provoke it.